Welcome to the Rusted Garden Homestead. I want to teach you how to have a more successful vegetable garden. A garden wants to give, it wants to grow. All we have to do is help it along. Subscribe and I will teach you how to have a better vegetable garden. Let's go inside. It's late September. I want to show you some of the things that are growing and talk about what I can teach you. I do about 150 videos a year, all in real time, so you can just follow those videos along and plant in your garden as I do. It's September 22nd, so a lot of the warm season crops are dying out. Now's the time to plant your cool season crops that can actually take a frost. But I still have some poblanos, watermelons to be picked. Tomatoes are still going. Right in here are potatoes. This is a no-dig garden. I will teach you that concept and how to build one if you want. Right over here, I'm growing sweet potatoes, not related to potatoes. They're grown differently. Absolutely beautiful. Little deer trouble, but that's okay. In these grow bags, I am growing carrots. I just planted those. Those are cool weather crops. I will teach you how to start seeds indoors, how to start them in trays outdoors, and how to direct seed. My garden's a teaching garden, so maybe you don't have as much space as I do. You just want to grow in containers. These are fabric pots. I'll teach you how to do that. Cowpeas, kale, spinach put in directly as seed. Even have some peas right in there. That's horseradish back there. I'll teach you how to grow in vertical towers. That one has died out. I'll show you some that look a little bit better. More kale. Those are purple top turnips. I'll teach you how to grow in a small space like this. Here's another vertical tower. If you want to learn about growing vertically, I will teach you how to do that. A couple more tomatoes. These are raised beds. All kinds of different crops in here. My garden's really set up as a teaching garden to give you ideas, and you can take those ideas, apply them to the space that you have. The garden's in transition, going from warm crops to cool crops. I'll teach you about those concepts, that grouping of plants. I have lettuces in there, cauliflower over here. I have beans drying on these different trellises. I'll teach you all about trellising so that I can store them over the winter. Still have basil going. This beautiful plant is okra. As we walk through the garden, you're going to see all kinds of different plants in different stages. Broccoli, cucumbers, last wave. I'll teach you about wave planting so that you can have cucumbers from June all the way into the end of September. Super hot peppers. There's no need to spend $3, $4 for a transplant. I will teach you how to seed start leafy greens for the cool weather, tomatoes, peppers for the warm weather, everything you need to know to save money and be really successful at vegetable gardening. These are my broccoli plants doing absolutely beautifully. Radishes, those are red globe radishes, white icicle radishes. You can see the different trellising that I have set up. I will teach you all about that. Different wooden raised beds, different styles, arches, blackberries right back there, blueberries, apple trees on the other side, and you get a sense. Late September, my garden is still producing. I packed in about 25 jalapeno plants right in this 4-foot by 4-foot space. I will teach you how to do that. I will teach you about companion planting. I'll show you how to make DIY organic sprays to manage pests and disease. Right in here are sunken containers with the bottoms open. This is how I grow my super hot peppers. In just one row, I can grow about 25 pepper plants. That is shade cloth. I'll teach you how to use that so you can keep your tomatoes and peppers producing in the highest heat of the summer. I have green beans actually growing out of a compost pile. I'll teach you about composting. This is a cold composting process. I'll teach you about warm composting or hot composting, where you're mixing greens and browns and breaking down the organic matter much more quickly. I have tomatoes growing out of the compost across there. Butternut squash all over the place. We'll talk about winter squash. Coming down here, you can see a smaller garden. I have so many different examples to really teach you styles of vegetable gardening that you may want to apply to your space. These are muscadine vines, kind of like grapes. This is one of my smaller gardens. You can see that it's a mess. There are weeds around, stuff laying around. That's what a garden really looks like, and that's what you're going to see in my garden. You're not going to see perfection. You're going to see how to grow plants, deal with pests and disease, and just how to have a better experience and success. Subscribe and I'll show you how I put my garden to rest late November. Everything will be taken out. Come spring, we're going to start with a blank canvas and I'll show you how to plant and grow everything you see here. Maybe you want to learn how to grow 16 pepper plants in a raised bed, or you want to have a fruit garden. I have blueberries in here. I have dwarf peach trees, apple trees, blackberries in the back. I even have hop vines growing. I have 1,500 videos right now that you can check out. And again, every year I make about 150 videos to help you have a better experience in your vegetable garden. Join me for 2023. In January, we're going to start growing stuff indoors, teach you how to set up grow lights, do it in a way that's really inexpensive. I'll even show you how to use closet racks as trellises. I answer about 95% of the comments left on my videos, so if you have a question, Just leave the question in the comment section. I'll get back to you within a couple of days. I hope you give me a chance, and I hope to see you in 2023.